Hey love, I'm Gina. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach who helps women find relief from food obsession, body shame, and perfectionism so they can feel calm, confident, and strong without obsession. If you're exhausted from overthinking food, afraid of weight gain, or stuck trying to do everything right but still never feeling enough, you're in the right place. I know this terrain deeply. I've lived through restriction, treatment, binging, rebuilding, and the identity loss that comes with letting go of control. And now I help women stop punishing themselves, rebuild trust with their bodies, and create strength and health that actually feels sustainable. This is a space where healing and body goals get to coexist, where fitness doesn't cost you your peace, and where you don't have to do this alone. Take a breath. You're safe here. This is the Fit Without Obsession podcast. Okay, raise your hand if you grew up thinking that the best way to lose weight or the best form of working out was cardio or running or sprinting or rowing or swimming or whatever it is, right? That's cardio-esque. Like, I know that I grew up that way. I know that especially too because of dance. Like, that was a big thing. Like, if I wasn't sweating, if I wasn't burning calories, like, then I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't doing good enough. And I also think, like, this is a big thing that has kind of come about too, like, with the rise of, like, fitness trackers. Like, and don't get me wrong, I definitely think that my Apple Watch helps with a lot of things. I love being able to see my heart rate zones, all the things. But when we're constantly kind of seeing that cardio is the way to burn the most calories in the moment, and we want this dream body, right? Like, and we think that maybe burning more calories is going to get us there. That is where cardio can maybe become some of the enemy. And I'm not here, again, to bash cardio on this episode. I actually think that cardio can be amazing. I think it's an awesome tool. Obviously, it builds our health. I think it should be a part of everyone's fitness plan. But what I do want to go through is like, kind of like when maybe we are going into that messy territory of kind of seeing that cardio can be the enemy for you and your dream body just journey that you're on. So what I would say is when we think about cardio, I want to share a little bit of perspective on kind of just the different types of movement and how our body perceives them. So cardio is, in fact, a stressor. Actually, all working out is a stressor. And cardio itself, yes, you're burning more calories, but it is a high stressor on the body. Now, if you're anything like me and you're a woman that's maybe been in disordered eating or gone through years of crash dieting or has been under fueling and maybe doing like diet after diet or fad diets and all the things, like, when we already have that stress on our body does not need more stress because it's actually going to keep it from falling through and kind of showing up for us in the way that we want to for our goals. And what I mean by this is we have the stress hormone, it's called cortisol, right? That is released in the bloodstream. When we exercise, cortisol is released, and that's not a bad thing. Like, it's good to have a decent amount of cortisol, but what can happen is when we are constantly stressed, when our body is already kind of in this fight or flight mode, like, our cortisol can go through the roof, and then that in turn affects our hormones, and it can affect, like, especially if we're on a weight loss journey or even just, trying to maintain, like, it can affect the way that our metabolism works. So when we are adding on hours and hours of cardio, and maybe it's not even hours and hours for you, but like maybe it's like that's the only form that you know for fitness, and like that's the only way that you want to kind of get your movement in for the day, your body is going to feel overall stressed, right? And like I said, we need to be in a place where, yes, there can be some stress in our life. There could be some stress in our body. Some stress is good, but we need to find balance with that. And when we're only doing cardio, it is kind of really hard to find that balance. And also too, there is an afterburn associated with working out. So you might notice that you don't burn as many calories on your Apple Watch when you're doing strength training. But the thing is you're actually revving up your metabolism to burn more calories for essentially the next 24 hours. When we see that calorie burn on our Apple Watch when we're running, yes, we're burning those calories, but it's not going to have the same impact as training our muscles is going to have, because when we actually have more muscle mass on our body, and we're only going to be able to get that through like resistance training, right? I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to add on musculature through cardio. Yeah, you might train your fast twitch muscle groups, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to get toned, you need to strength train. I share that to say that the calories burned on your Apple Watch are not everything. They're not really showing the full picture. And what can happen when we start to really think that cardio is the answer, that cardio is going to be what's going to get you to that dream body? Again, for one, you're not going to get toned in the way that you probably do want to, but also you're going to get kind of stuck in this trap of burning off what you ate, because we really get into this mindset a lot of the times when we think about running or we think about ellipticaling or rowing or whatever it is, whatever your preferred form is, right? That if we ate X amount or if we overate X amount, we need to do X amount of minutes of cardio to make up for it. And that mindset is never going to be helpful or effective for one, for you being happy and healed, but also like you actually being able to get to the dream body you want, because guess what? The dream body you want requires rest. It requires recovery. You can literally not even build muscle if you're not resting. Like you build muscle during rest. I don't know if we've talked about that. I will say it again now, but it's so important and crucial for that reason, right? So kind of talked about, maybe why cardio isn't always the answer, maybe why it can maybe be a negative thing in your life, but also I want to share that it can be a positive thing, right? I am not here again to say that cardio is bad. Cardio literally, it's literally called cardiovascular exercise because it helps boost your heart health, right? But the thing is I think we need to understand that we don't need to be doing an excessive amount to get those benefits, to reap those benefits, right? So what this could look like, and what this looks like for a lot of my clients, even my own personal kind of fitness journey, is like maybe having a day or two where you do a cardio finisher, right? So maybe you're going to do a 20-minute jog, but it's only on like your upper body days, right? It's not every single day. Or it looks like maybe just one cardio day because you like to sweat and it's not going in with the intention of trying to burn X amount of calories, but literally just to like, feel good. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I love running outside. Now, will I say I'm ever gonna be a marathon runner? Probably not. I mean, I've always put that on my bucket list that I'll run a half marathon, but your girl has never ran more than like 4 miles, which I guess is still pretty good, but far from a half marathon or marathon, right? What I will say is I enjoy those runs so much more when I'm literally just doing it for my mental health, or I'm literally just doing it because I get that high afterwards. It has nothing to do with like me trying to make my body look a certain way, right? So that's what we really need to monitor here is like, again, we talked about this last episode, like what is the reason that you're doing the cardio? Is it because it feels good? Is it because like you do want to push your endurance? Is it because like maybe you're like me, you're a dancer and like doing some cardio actually helps you for stage time? Because guess what? Being in a dance company is a lot of fucking cardio and you do need to train for that. Like, or is it that you're just trying to be skinny, burn as much as possible, and it's taking over this obsession in your life? Because once we can kind of decipher the reason behind it, we can decipher if it is the enemy, right? So again, I think that it's not wrong to do cardio. If you love running, if you're a runner, I do want to share, I've had a lot of clients that are actually runners. They literally run marathons. And like, I am not here to demonize the running, but what I will say is I do always push them to really disconnect, their calories burned and what they are eating and how they're feeling. Because a lot of the times I will see, especially with runners, they're under fueling. So we really have to work through healing their relationship with food so that then they can actually even perform better. Because the crazy part is too, guess what? If you think that you need to eat as little as possible and do a crap ton of cardio to have your dream body, once you actually start eating more, you're going to have way more energy to do that cardio. And your body's going to feel a lot more at peace. You're going to be a lot less stressed and it's going to feel a lot more enjoyable. And that's the end goal, right? Like we don't want to like go into working out, like hating ourselves, hating the way that it feels, dreading it. I want you to be excited to go to the gym. I want you to be excited if you choose to do cardio and like do a run. Now, are we going to feel that way every day? Probably not, because obviously like motivation's going to ebb and flow. But at the end of the day, like I would say like, I think most of my clients like love going to the gym. They love getting up and get excited about making that progress, because we've really disconnected the idea of like needing to burn a certain amount to, be worthy or to get to the body that they want. Because they've proven to themselves that you don't actually have to do all of that to get to the body you want. I will even say like some of my best workouts, my most effective workouts, probably strength training, right? Because I love that. That's what I kind of tend to do. But I don't even burn that many calories on my Apple Watch. Like, honestly, I actually even just went yesterday to the gym without my Apple Watch because it was dead. And shocker, I mean, I used to literally, I would have had a panic attack if that happened. I would have been like, I can't go to the gym without this. How do I know how many calories I'm burning? How do I know like how hard I'm pushing? Like, guess what? I went yesterday. It was fucking fabulous. I had a great time. Probably one of my better workouts, and I didn't even see any of the data, and it was awesome. So I also even think too, this week, again, question, like, why are you doing the cardio? Is it because you feel like you have to burn off what you ate, or is it because you just love it and it's helping build your endurance? And also too, like if you're maybe tied to your fitness tracker right now, like would you be comfortable taking a day off of not using it? And if the answer is no, why? Why do we feel that way? And like, can we challenge ourselves to still take that day off and just see that it's not actually the worst thing in the world? It's not going to kill you, right? So I want to reassure you, cardio is not the enemy, but it can become one when you have the wrong mindset about it. And even as we close out this episode, I would even ask you to kind of sit down and journal or just reflect, like, what does fitness mean to me in my life? Is it adding to my life or is it taking away? And if it's the latter, how can we get to a place where it is adding to your life and not being obsessive? And if you don't know where to start with that, like, that's exactly actually what I do in my one-on-one coaching program, Fit Without Obsession. I help you find that fitness, hit your goals, love and enjoy movement again without it taking away from your life, because it actually really can truly uplift your life. And I just want to share that with you today. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Fit Without Obsession podcast. If this episode made you feel seen, understood, or a little less alone, make sure you're following so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you feel called to share, you can tag me on Instagram at @thefitbean_. I love connecting with you there. If you're ready for deeper support, whether that's calming food obsession, rebuilding trust with your body, or getting stronger without slipping back into old patterns, you'll find ways to work with me linked in the show notes. And remember, you are not broken. You are not behind. And you don't need to earn your worth through control. You can want peace and strength. You can heal and build a body you feel at home in. I'm rooting for you always. Talk soon.